Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Kisha. I'm the author of the Glamorous French Housewife blog. The link to that is below and it's usually up at the top somewhere in case you're interested in checking that out. But today I'm going to be showing you my eyebrow routine. I'm going to show you how I pluck my eyebrows, how I fill them in, what products I use. I'm pretty much going to be showcasing the Salon Perfect brow defining kit. This really does work well. I found this at my local Walmart and I love it. So I'm going to be showing you what products I use, hopefully give you some tips to make filling in your eyebrows, sculpting your eyebrows, and defining them a little more easier. And this is my routine. So if you want to see it, just keep watching. So let's talk about what works for me. So you know, I have been doing my own eyebrows. I've underplucked them. I've let them get real thick. I have super thick hair, so my eyebrows can, you know, really get thick if I let that. And, you know, most of the time for me, I just take my tweezers and I tweeze any loose hairs here. If there's a long, straggling one up here, I will get that with the tweezers, but generally, I don't tweeze on top. I trim it with some little grooming scissors right here at the front, but I don't usually mess with the hairs on top a whole lot. Now, if you're new to doing your eyebrows, you can always take something like this, and this is, I think, a Salon Perfect one, but this is an eyebrow stencil, and if you were to put it on your eyebrow, like so, you could fill it in and then pluck any hairs that were out of place. So I have lots and lots of eyebrow stuff, but what I'm going to be really working with today is a couple things. I'm going to be working with the Salon Perfect brow defining kit. It has 4 different colors in it, 3 for the brows, 1 highlight. It also comes with this Salon Perfect, what's this called? Brow grooming pencil with a sharpener. My Milani Easy Brow mechanical pencil is something I love. It has a spoolie on the end. That one's dirty though. I also like the Great Lash clear mascara just to hold my brows in place. And the way I normally do it, now remember that your brows are supposed to start right here and end just like that. So it's supposed to start right here. The highest point is supposed to be right around in your pupil. For me, it's a little more over. That's just the natural shape of my brows. So what I do is I brush them up with a clean spoolie, and I brush them kind of over and get them kind of going in the right direction. Now, I will say though, real quick, because I brought it out here, don't ever like really take a razor to your eyebrows unless it's just an emergency and you don't have anything else. I really don't think you should ever do it, but I mean, if that's all you've got and something's happened that you really need to get your brows trimmed, or, you know, that will, I guess, suffice, but I don't recommend it. These work great too, kind of brushing the hairs up. And getting the makeup out before we do our brows. So for me, I normally like to start off with a retractable pencil. I don't really like the ones you have to sharpen for eyebrows. And I've used Anastasia, Elf, Milani, I don't know, NYC, just lots of different eyebrow products. And I still find such good deals at the drugstore that I don't know if I'll ever pay big prices for eyebrow supplies. Again, supplies, if you will. So I like to take a pencil and be very gentle and just kind of define the bottom of my eyebrow very carefully. These retractable pencils work so nice to be able to get a decent line without it being too thick. So just at the bottom. And then I go where that top hair is, I go to the top, kind of give myself a little bit of guidance. Just kind of feather it in, take easy strokes. Now I don't do a lot with that because I don't want it to be too strong. So now I'm going in. I'm going to start on the tail end first, and I'm going in with this color and this color. I'm just kind of mixing them. I'm going to tap my brush off so I don't get loose powder falling down onto my eyes. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go right at the bottom and kind of sculpt that brow how I want it. I have pretty thick brows, so I don't have a whole lot that I have to do. Now keep moving at the tail with the darkest color. That's what I do because that's where it needs the darkest, right here on the tail end. And then I'm going to come in with that lighter color. I'm just going to use the same brush. It's not really going to matter. Tap it off again. I'm going in this color right here. Tap it off. And then I'm going to fill my brow in. And I'm going to start here and just kind of pull up from the bottom. Now, if you want your arch to be higher, go for the top. That's where you really want to. And you take a little bit of the darker color and just kind of fill it in right a little more at the top. I have a scar right here. I'm sorry if you hear that dog barking, by the way. It's not our dog. It's the neighbor's. Just like that. I'm going to take a little more of that darker color and just kind of go right here. Now, if your brows don't look exactly the same, don't get discouraged. They're supposed to be sisters, not twins. It's really hard to get your brows exactly the same. This one is a little more fuller than this one, but I don't really worry about it. I just fill them in appropriately. It's hard not to fill in on that one when I'm working. So, just fill in where needed. Just like that. And when you pull up, it makes those hairs in the front look more natural. So I like to always go in the upward motion and then kind of feather it down around the tail. So as you can see, they're not exactly perfect. Brows don't have to match perfectly. Really, they're supposed to be more like sisters than twins. This one is a little bit different than this one, but I just try to fill in accordingly and work with what I got. So then after I'm done filling them in, I will either use one or two things. I will either use like this wax pencil that has this handy sharpener or some clear brow gel. I'll do one on each so you can kind of see. I'm going to use this Great Lash just to show you what it looks like on this eye. So I'm just going to go over very carefully with that clear mascara. It's going to set everything. It's going to keep those hairs in place. And then on my other one, I will use this wax pencil. So I just kind of pull up the same way with the wax pencil. Sorry about hitting the tripod. And just kind of go over the hairs. It makes it look more natural. So you can kind of see which, you know, I can't really tell a huge difference. I'll take a little wax over that one and back on this one. It doesn't really matter which one you go with. Both pretty much pretty much have the same purpose, which is to set the brows, define the hairs a little bit more. And you can do that with a wax pencil or a brow gel. This is actually a clear mascara, but it's so great for my brows. It holds them in place. And this does too. Sometimes though, when applying the wax pencil, it will take away a little bit of that powder that we applied. So I normally, if I use the wax, I'm very careful and just go over a few of those areas that the powder kind of got moved around. Now, I don't like really drawn on brows. I just think that's so fake looking. But I don't like really thick brows on me either. I have kind of a smaller face. So, you know, my brows can get huge. So I do try to keep them, you know, pretty reasonable and not too wild. Then, lastly, I'm going to take this very pretty highlighter shade. It's matte and, well, it's semi-matte, I guess. Tap it off. And I'm going to go right underneath just to highlight that area. You could definitely use one with a lot more shimmer if you'd like. See? I didn't shake it off. Do you see all that powder going up? That's why you need to tap it off. So that is how I do my brows. So I pulled my hair back. This is what my brows look like. I just defined them and filled them in, sculpted them a little bit to the shape that I wanted. I certainly love the Salon Perfect Defining Kit. This has 4 different colors, and I could totally use this on my eyes. I could use it on my brows, and I could even use that black to, you know, like line my eyes with on bottom. So I think this is a great bargain. Again, it comes in this box. It's the Perfect Brow Defining Kit. I found mine at my local Walmart. I just never had seen this before. It comes with this spoolie and this eyebrow brush. I'm not too fond of the brush, even though it's pretty stiff. I do like the spoolie, though. I think it's nice, and I think it's big, and it really works well. And I also really like the Salon Perfect Brow Grooming Pencil. It's just a wax pencil. It makes the hairs look more natural, and it keeps those hairs also in place. So I think altogether this kit is amazing. I bought this with my own money. This is not a sponsored review, but I just love it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Again, you don't have to do this every day. You can, you know, do less, do more. But I do like a sculpted brow that looks nice, that's not too drawn in, and this is what works for me. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope you found some tips that will help your brows look even more groomed and sculpted and beautiful with not a ton of effort and not a ton of money. So thanks again for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave those below. I'll get to them, answer as many as I can, and I wish you all a wonderful day. Bye-bye.